Hello and welcome to a short video about Power Platform fun, and this time of course with Minecraft. Now what did I do? Well, some Minecraft editions allow to track log files. Not everything. If you use Minecraft Education edition it does not work, but use the Minecraft Java edition or others, then you get a log file of what has been done during a session. And this kind of log file is something that we can use to do process mining on that. So you can see, hey, what has been done, how long have you played, how many breaks did you take, and so on and so forth. And of course, I mean, that's pretty much a fun stuff, but rather than Minecraft, think about machines. If you have machines, you can get telemetry data as log files and then use it for process mining. Or if you have vehicles or other things that are moving around and generate some kind of tracking data, you can also use that for process mining. And now, rather than talking, let's have a look at my short demo to give you an idea how I did the whole thing. Okay, let's have a quick look at how you can do process mining on Minecraft data. And the first thing you need is, of course, the statistical file, which you can find here. I just showed you the path, so app data, roaming, Minecraft in the Java edition. So how does this file look like? It looks like this. Yeah, so you can see here something custom. Custom is usually the time played. Then you can see something used. So I used a grass block, I used some obsidian. Then you can see further down that something was dropped, yeah, and something was picked up and so on. And this kind of classification changes all the time, and that makes it a bit tricky, yeah. But to handle that, we use Power Desktop in the first place. So here is my Power Automate Desktop flow that is doing nothing else than loading this file into a cloud storage. So let me open my cloud storage. That's the file, yeah. And you can see here's the version history. I played already a couple of times. Not too long, but from this file we do a transformation into an Excel file. Of course, I'm doing this with Power Automate cloud flows and desktop flows, but if you have huge data sets, you would probably use something else, Synapse or some kind of data factory or pipelines or whatever you have. But for a small proof of concept, this works. Let me quickly show you how the data look like. So here is my sample file. In the first column, you see what happened. That's what you saw in this JSON file. I have something like time since rest. I can see here picked up red carpet, dropped gray carpet, used a lantern, used this sign, and so on. And the difficulty is that the data in the file is cumulative. So every time you finish a game, the latest data is available, and I track this here in this first column. So this is all what happened over the time of my playing. And then let's say you want to identify, hey, how much has been played during a certain day or run. I just call it run. And for that you have to do the following. Here I have run 30. Here's run 31. So I basically just copy this into the different columns and then take the difference. And that's what I'm analyzing. So this column K here is basically the difference between this and this, and that's what I use for process mining. So, but I'm not using it in this format. I'm transposing the data and then put it here into this structure. And this gives me the possibility then in process mining to clean up the data. Let me quickly show you before we do that, to show you my Power Automate flow, to give an understanding how this works. So if a file is uploaded, basically, I'm doing a check. Hey, check the existing columns. Check everything that is already here. And then check if the user or the player has used something new. If something new is used, filter it, sort it, compare it, and if a new brick or something has been used, add it to this description column. Also with the quantity. And then of course the last step that I'm doing for all of these conversions is running scripts. So you see here running scripts, and that is something here. I have different scripts that basically add the different columns, do the calculations for me, and they nicely work as Power Automate. So if you have not used it, give it a try. It's really nice. Okay, so after this conversion, we can now start here in process mining. But before we do that, let me quickly have a look at how I did the setup. So here's my data. And of course, what you have to define is what is the case ID. Let me show you how I did that. I basically said, okay, everything that happened during a certain day gets a certain case ID. So you see here, case ID 331 for 31st of March, 1st of April, 2nd of April. So that's how I classify these things. Of course, you can have different kind of classifications. For me, the interesting thing was how much time did I spend during a day, how much breaks were in between, what is the play time, what was used, and so on. And therefore, I did it like that. And you see here, this is the linked Excel file that I have. So you always have the latest data here. You can convert it easily here with this Power Query and then get it mapped here. And finally, the report shows you then the outcome. Of course, you have different levels. You can see how many times was played is always 1. But if we move a bit to the detailed map, let's wait a bit until this is loaded. So here we have the map. Then you can change, for example, here the performance or duration, and you can see, hey, on one specific day, 4 times this game was played for 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, and then you see the time in between. So 6 hours, that's good. So not playing too long and too often. But here you can see, hey, here he played 15 minutes. It's pretty long. Also, it was just a short time with a break. So that's a way how you can control maybe how yourself or your kids played Minecraft. And of course, you can arrange it differently. And you see here on top 2 additional columns or tabs. So what did I do? I basically linked this to Power BI. And then I said, hey, arrange it a bit differently because I want to see for each day. So for example, 1st of April, how much has been played? And the playtime in this Minecraft is tracked in ticks. So 1200 ticks is a minute. So you can convert it into minutes. And then you see the total duration played during a day, which is nice. Because if you have that, and let's go to Power BI. So let us jump here. If you have that, then you know that you can set alerts. And you can set alerts if the playtime crosses a certain margin, or if the kid plays too long, and you automatically get an email, Teams message, whatever. So this is a cool tool to have a kind of control what's going on. But also, of course, you can check what happened during the different runs. So for example, let's take this one in the middle. You can see, hey, in this game, let's see what was used. Here, kind of dirt. I don't know what it is. Let's find something else. Here we used some kind of wool, some kind of sandstone, some kind of fence. You can really see what was going on, and you can of course filter. Did this person jump during this thing? No. Did they fly? Something. So you can really track what was going on during a session, how long was played. You can see the breaks, and the playtime, of course. Just by tracking the performance and have a really good control of maybe what your kid did, what you did, or if you come to a real business case, what happened with your machine, was there any kind of unexpected gap, here a delay or something. Okay, I hope that gave you a high-level impression how you can use kind of log files, log data from machines, from software, from whatever you have for process mining purposes. And now let's go back to my PowerPoint for some closing remarks. Okay, so after this short demo, let's have a look at how I did this thing. Here's a detailed level or step procedure. So first thing, I uploaded my log file to OneDrive. Using desktop flow. Of course, there are other tools and ways how you can do that. I had to reformat and structure this JSON file because sometimes the elements were arranged differently, and I used the Cloudflow for that. Of course, that's pretty nice for the small data set, but as I said, if you have larger data sets, you might use some other kind of tools or pipelines. Then I compared the existing elements with new elements and added them. So if a new brick was used, if a new item was used or dropped or something else, yeah. And then I used Excel Office scripts to execute, manipulate, prepare the data. Why? Because you can nicely use it with Power Automate Cloud Flows. Yeah? Of course, once that is done, you can use process mining on that. And don't forget, we have the Power BI integration that allows you to add additional things that you are interested in, but also to set alerts and do automations that you need to do. Of course, short summary. So if you want to do that or something similar, based on telemetry data from Minecraft, machines, vehicles, think about the data access. How can you access the data? How often? How is the data reported and tracked? In my case, the data is all cumulative, so I have to split it up somehow. Think about what is your case. Then, of course, use the out-of-the-box automation and conversion tools. Can be a pipeline, can be something in Synapse, can be something in Azure, or simple thing such as Power Automate Cloudflow that I used. Of course, we support on-prem and cloud systems, and all is available in our ecosystem in Microsoft. And of course, not to forget, this is of course a good justification to play a bit computer games and of course do this all for a good purpose to test out process mining. Okay, that's it, what I wanted to share today. As usual, if you have questions, send me a message or leave something in the comment section. Thanks again for watching and listening, and then till next time.